So in our last video, you guys saw me mixing up oils, weighing butters, pretty much getting everything ready, prepped everything, mixing all the oils so we can get everything ready for this. So this we're gonna be showing you how to make in today's video, our head butter. Stay tuned. All right, man, so let's just get straight into it, man. So the first thing I did was I laid all my containers out on the counter up under a towel so I wouldn't make a mess. I've got a couple things that I would need here. I've got my notebook here to just have all my notes and everything, my measurements and stuff that I would need. Gloves, a mask. I've got a ladle spoon. These are my oils that you guys saw me mix up in the previous video. And these are my butters that you saw me weigh out. So that's my butters and my beeswax. And then I've got a measuring cup. So that's gonna help with me pouring into the containers. So first I'm just gonna give all the oils a good mix. They've been pretty much sitting for a couple days. And once everything melts down, the butter and the beeswax and everything melts down, once we pour the oil into the butter solution, you just wanna make sure that everything is mixed up really good. So we're gonna start with a half a pot of water. We're gonna boil it. I did not have a double boiler, but lucky for me, the pot that I got was tapered at the bottom, so it fit perfectly into the top of this pot. And here I'm just removing the sticker. I purchased everything new. I just want everything to be new, clean, sanitized. So here I'm just gonna check. I've checked periodically to make sure there's still water in the bottom because I didn't want a round of boiling water. So here you can see some of the beeswax is starting to melt on the top. It's clear. So you can see this is what it looks like once it starts. This is about 5 minutes into the process. Takes a little minute for everything to melt down, but this is what it looks like once it starts. You can see some big clumps of shea butter there. So here you see it's melting down a little bit more. Starting to get that little filmy looking color. And then here I'm just giving it a stir, trying to bring some of the things that's at the bottom to the top and just rotate everything. Try to get it melted a little bit faster. You don't have to rush, but if you want to give it a good stir, give it a good stir. Here you can see the butters are melting a little bit more. I sat here and I watched them. It's really therapeutic just sitting here watching them melt. Doesn't really smell like anything, but I just didn't want to leave it sitting by itself. I didn't want anything to burn. I didn't want anything to be left unattended. So I was in the kitchen watching the whole time. So here you can see it starting to melt a little bit more. And then right here, I just put on another pot of boiling water just because I didn't know if I was gonna need another pot or not. I did continue to check to see if the boiling water, fortunately enough, I did not need to use any more. The half a pot that I used in the beginning was more than enough. So here I'm just giving it giving it some more stirs. And this is all over the course of about, I would say total time is about 45 minutes to an hour. After I, cut everything and edit everything. It took a while for everything to melt. Here I'm just rubbing up some of those big clumps of shea butter along the side because the side of the pots are hot. So that did kind of help speed up the shea butter melting. So this is what it looks like once the shea butter starts to melt down. You notice in the beginning, it was kind of a clear, see-through. Now it's starting to look more of a milky, creamy, oatmeal looking color and texture. That's the shea butter melting down. And as we go along and it starts to melt down more, it's gonna turn into more of a clear liquid. So here you can see it's starting to loosen up a little bit. It is starting to get a little bit of film on the top. That comes from stirring it too much. I didn't want any whipped butter. Once everything is melted, it will, it'll dissolve, but that is what'll happen if you stir it too much. It will start to get a little film on the top. You can see here it's starting to get a little bit more loose. You can see what the liquid is actually starting to look like. And then here we're further along, and then this is what it ultimately ends up looking like. You see you got maybe another little piece or two in there floating around, but once every little piece melts, then it'll be time to pour our oils in. Once everything got melted down, we're pouring our oils in, and we're just gonna pour everything in, and we're gonna give it a good mix. Make sure everything is mixed up before we put everything into the containers. So here we're just pouring everything, and then here you see me ladling the mixture into my measuring cup so that way I can pour it. Made it really easy to pour. Pouring was really, really easy, you know, especially since I laid everything out. And we went from this to this nice creamy hair butter. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you guys. I'm trying to get a little better with my editing. This one I decided to do a voiceover, but thank you guys for watching the video and subscribing. If you want to see me continue to go on this journey and show you the process of the hair butter business.